Hi guys, so it's a bit dark, but I was thinking as I drive home I might as well record a video. So just another progress update of my progress so far. We're revamping the Better Byte website, and essentially, because I think I discussed it in a previous video where we're changing the types of services that we're providing. Instead of providing general web development and app development services for general customers, we're thinking of specifically aiming for the construction industry, tradies and builders, and those who work in the construction industry. Now, the reason why I'm thinking of doing that is for two reasons. The first reason is that so we don't split up our resources and our efforts, and we can focus solely in the construction industry, and we can refine our processes, refine our systems, and make it more efficient in the back end, right? So, because the logic goes like this: like if we make websites for, say, the medical industry or the retail industry, or logistics or something like that, or even brick and mortar stores, or even hobbyists, or like what do you call it? People that own their own fitness business. The thing is, each and every different type of industry has their own different processes. So as we build websites for them, or as we build software for them, it's a lot of switching in between different contexts. So it's what you call context switching, where because you're focused on a different thing, there's a certain amount of friction that happens between the switching on the different focus, right? So we were thinking just focusing on the construction industry, so that every new client that we get, there might be a different tradie, or there might be a different, say for example, plumbing, carpentry, electrician, bricklaying, plastering, and tiling, right? But in the sense that because they're blue collar, and in the sense that they have a lot of commonalities, we can sort of formulate services that we provide for them, right? That's the first reason. The second reason I was thinking is that because we're developing this coding app for tradies, and we were thinking of ways to sort of market and promote this product. There's a technique that is used, say, in petrol stations, right? Where a person goes to a petrol station, fills up fuel, and then the petrol station, they make some money on the fuel, but not as much money. Like most of their money, this is from what I've heard, that most of their money is made from upselling products in store. So they will make a small margin on the petrol, but then the people in the store will upsell, say, the food or the groceries or whatever they sell in store, right? So that's how they make their profit. So it's sort of like a vertical, it's what you call a vertical business model. So my thoughts were that because we're making this app for tradies and construction workers and builders, right? An easy way to sort of be able to promote this app would be, first, we might sell them a general solution like a web page to help them generate more clients, generate more leads, and then later on, as we provide them more service and we maintain their systems, they might need to optimize their systems, or they might need to optimize their quoting or optimize their, say, CRM, right? So if we just straight off try to say, buy our quoting app, or try to lead first with the quoting app, there's more friction for them to adopt that product. Whereas if we aim for the low-hanging fruit first, and it's a lower return, right? But that lower return gives us the opportunity to upsell the app later down the track. And obviously, all the tradies and builders and construction, those that run business construction, if they ask us to develop a website for them, like a lot of them probably wouldn't ask or wouldn't want to have a system in place because they already have existing systems, or they probably don't have the budget. But the idea is a certain percentage of those that convert for, say, the landing pages that we build, a certain percentage of them will be interested to further implement systems like the quoting system, right? Now, it's going to be a small portion, but the good thing is that because we've implemented the website for them initially, then it builds this trust. It builds a trust between the tradie or the client that we're servicing, and then because it builds that trust, then it's a lot easier to promote the product, right? So essentially, it's sort of like how, for example, Tesla, right? They have, say, Solar City. They create their own batteries, right? They manufacture their own batteries, and those batteries are integrated with the company Tesla and Solar City. So the same company that produces batteries for Tesla produces the same batteries for Solar City. So a lot of big companies, they do vertical integrations, right? And to simplify it, it sort of generates business for their other business, and that means that they sort of control the whole supply chain from end to end, from top to bottom. So currently, this evening, I was talking to my developers to revamp the Better Byte website, and I created wireframes for them so that they can have a guide to how to implement the new design of the web page, right? And they're going to implement new packages. We're going to have different packages for the smaller companies, and then for the enterprise, the larger companies will have different packages for them. And yeah, once that's live, I'm gonna start maybe using ads to promote the website, or posting our services on Facebook groups, or word of mouth, to spread it out. So yeah, that's basically what I've been doing today. And yeah, in the morning I was working for a bricklaying company in the morning, and also after work I was messaging my clients, scheduling in. So I scheduled in a job tomorrow after work, and that's finishing off this pool pump enclosure. And I finished most of it, except it just needs to be painted to the same color as the pool so that it can blend in. And also the lock for that enclosure, I need to replace it because it's not the proper lock that's supposed to be used for the pool pump. And so I've scheduled that in for tomorrow. So on Thursday, I had a meeting with a relative of mine is a developer, and I'm going to collaborate with him. He's a senior developer, and basically I'm going to collaborate with him so that he can help, further develop the features of the app, and also help guide the direction of the development of the app. And I've also got other plans to meet up with another developer, a friend of mine, who is a machine learning engineer, and I'll probably get his help on the computer vision and OCR side of things. And yeah, and also I've got a couple of other jobs in the pipeline that I need to organize. I've got a repointing job for a brick repointing job, and another brick infill job, which is basically it's a hole that was left from a water heater that the client basically installed a new water heater, and they dismantled their previous water heater and it left a hole near the bottom of the house, so that needs to be filled in. But there's some delays in that because the client has family issues, or they have certain issues happening at the moment, so they're going to get back to me. I've got another one where it's a repointing job as well, but the client can't afford to pay for myself to do the repointing, so he asked me if I could teach him how to repoint, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll charge him for me teaching him, but he has to provide all the materials, the tools, and yeah, and essentially he just paid me for my hourly rate. But the thing is, he said that he's got further jobs in the pipeline, but it's just at the moment he's tight on cash. And then, yeah, there's potentially more jobs in the pipeline, as in the client that I'm doing the public closure for. Once I finish that, they want to basically do up their backyard, and so they've got a existing retaining wall, but they want to extend it, and they want to flatten out a bit of the backyard and put a roughly 20 meter square concrete slab. And yeah, so that needs to be done. And then yeah, there's just a lot of that's happening at the moment. And yeah, so that's my update, and I'll see you in the next video.